I think denial gets a really bad rap, to be honest with you. So again, the more we resist denial, like if we think it's bad, oh, you're in denial. That is thrown around so much. Thank goodness you're in denial. The denial, right? We're taught that it's a bad thing. Denial is actually, I think, one of the most wonderful tools that our emotional systems, and by emotional systems, I mean a combination of our mental capacity, our emotional capacity, our physical. So our emotional systems are built on a system of beliefs, right? Denial in my belief system that I've developed now since, really harnessed, especially since Karen has died, is really a beautiful thing. It really is a wonderful, wonderful tool. It's a wonderful way that our bodies, our minds, and our emotional systems help us to deal with intense trauma and grief. So when I talk about denial, and I see it, so I just want to let you know, I see denial as a really wonderful way that our mind and our emotional systems really help us to not have to take in a huge trauma all at once. So you may be in denial. I know I was for many, many years about my grief, and I look back and I'm like, thank goodness I didn't take in my wife's death and my child, Leo, my son's birth all at once. Thank goodness there was some denial in there. Probably saved my life. So when we talk about denial, two things. One, it's completely normal. And two, it's not only normal, but a very valuable tool. Now, again, we think about denial and we say, how do I get out of denial? How do I, it's back to that thinking of how do I get out of it? How do I get through it? How do I fix this? How do I cure it? I think if you're here watching this and leaning into healing, that your expansion into healing is part of your life. That is the way to expand with your denial. Because again, denial isn't a bad thing. Denial's not something to be judged. I think denial gets a really bad rap, to be honest with you. So again, the more we resist denial, like if we think it's bad, oh, you're in denial. That is thrown around so much. Thank goodness you're in denial, because you might, and I'm not saying, okay, so I'm going to back up because there's probably going to be a lot of comments. Well, denial's bad. You shouldn't be in denial. What I'm talking about specifically here is denial after a trauma. Okay, it is helpful to us. And if you can ask for help, if you can make self-care, create self-care as your priority in your life, if you can know that your feelings right now and now are perfect, and what I'm doing is giving you 3 or 4 of the Grief Rebel healing tenets here. Those are the things that help you ground yourself and give you the ease and the peace that you can to expand and know that you're in denial. Okay, it's not denial. I mean, you can't really, it's like, that's why people scream at people that are, you're in denial, right? How can you got to get out of denial. It's like, that's like telling a baby to grow up, right? Like, grow up, you're just a baby. Well, I'm not saying we're babies when we're in denial, but you're in denial because you're in protection mode, okay? So good for you for being in denial, and get the tenets, watch my videos, read, get help, get counseling, do what you have to do to lean into healing so that you can expand through and expand with your denial.